Hello and welcome. I'm so glad you're here tonight. Before we begin, if these stories bring you peace, I'd be grateful if you'd take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It helps others find their way here too. But for now, let everything else fade away. Tonight, we're going to visit the beehives, the place where honeycomb is made, where bees store summer, where golden wax is created, where the work of thousands of bees becomes the material for candles and sweetness and light. You're the beekeeper, and evening is your favorite time to visit the hives. Let's prepare your body for rest. Find your most comfortable position. Adjust anything you need. You're safe here. You're exactly where you need to be. Take a gentle breath in through your nose. Hold it softly and release it slowly through your mouth. Good. Again. Breathe in slowly and deeply. Hold for a moment and let it go, releasing any tension from your day. Your shoulders drop away from your ears. Your jaw relaxes, teeth slightly apart. Your tongue rests softly in your mouth. Your eyes are gently closed. There's nothing you need to see right now. Just my voice, just the story, just the peace. Feel your body becoming heavy, sinking into comfort, supported and safe. There's no hurry here, no rushing. Just the slow, gentle work with bees. Just the ancient partnership between keeper and hive. Just honey and wax and the golden treasure of summer. And now, when you're ready, come with me. We're going to the apiary. It's early evening. The sun is low in the western sky. Golden light, thick light, the kind that makes everything glow. The air is warm but cooling, the heat of the day fading. Perfect time to visit the bees. You walk through your garden, past the herbs, past the flowers, the same flowers the bees have been visiting all summer. Lavender, rosemary, thyme, sage, borage with blue star flowers, sunflowers tall and bright. All of these flowers have fed your bees, given them nectar, given them pollen, given them the materials they need to make honey, to make wax, to build their golden combs, to store their treasure. The bees are still working. You can see them, landing on flowers, gathering, flying back toward the hives, small bodies laden with pollen, baskets on their legs full, yellow pollen, orange pollen, different colors from different flowers. They've been working since dawn, since the sun warmed the air enough for flight. Thousands of trips, each bee visiting hundreds of flowers, flying back and forth, gathering, storing, building. The work never stops. The hive never rests. But evening is quieter, slower. The foragers are returning. The field bees coming home, the hive settling for the night. This is why you visit in evening. The bees are calmer, more peaceful, less likely to be disturbed, more accepting of your presence. At the edge of the garden, your apiary, 4 hives, white boxes stacked, facing southeast, positioned to catch the morning sun, to warm quickly, to to wake the bees early, to give them long working days. Each hive is a city. 10,000 bees, 20,000, 30,000 in the strong hives, all working together, all serving the queen, all building comb, all storing honey, all creating wax, all part of something larger than themselves. You approach slowly, gently, with respect. These are your bees, but they are also wild, also themselves, also creatures with their own purpose, their own lives. You work with them, not against them. Partnership, not domination. You stop at the processing shed first, a small building near the hives. This is where you'll bring the honeycomb, where you'll extract the honey, where you'll collect the wax, where you'll process the golden treasure. Inside, everything is ready, clean, organized, waiting. The extractor sits in the center, a large metal drum, stainless steel, with a crank on top. Inside, a basket that spins. This is where you'll put the frames. Spin them. Let centrifugal force pull the honey out. Let gravity draw it down. Let it flow. Your uncapping knife rests on the counter, a heated knife for slicing off the wax cappings, for opening the cells, for releasing the honey. Sharp, clean, ready. Buckets wait for honey, for wax cappings, for the golden harvest. But first, you need the honeycomb, need to visit the hives, need to see what the bees have made, need to harvest gently, carefully, with gratitude. You put on your bee suit, white cotton, full coverage, jacket and pants in one piece, zips closed, the veil attaches, fine mesh. You can see through it, but bees cannot get through. Protection, safety, for you and for them. You pull on your gloves, leather gloves, soft leather, worn smooth by use. Protection for your hands, but still allowing touch, still allowing feel, still allowing connection. You take your smoker, an essential tool, the beekeeper's oldest friend, a metal can with a spout, with a bellows attached. You'll burn fuel in this, create cool smoke, use it to calm the bees, to mask their alarm pheromones, to make them think there's fire, to make them fill themselves with honey, to make them calm, docile, safe to work with. You light the smoker, crumpled newspaper first, catches easily, burns quick, then dried grass, dry leaves, pine needles, natural materials. They smolder, create smoke, white smoke, cool smoke, gentle smoke. You pump the bellows, puff, puff, puff. The smoke flows out, thick, white, fragrant, the smell of burning grass, of smoldering leaves, ancient smell, the smell that has calmed bees for thousands of years, since humans first learned to work with them, to harvest their gold, to partner with them. Now you're ready, suited, protected, smoker lit, tools at hand. Time to visit the hives. You approach the first hive, slowly, calmly. No sudden movements, no loud sounds. Bees respond to energy, to intention, to calmness. You bring calm. You are calm. Bees are flying at the entrance, coming and going, landing with full pollen baskets, taking off for one more trip. The entrance is busy, active, alive with purpose. You give a gentle puff of smoke at the entrance, just a small puff, a warning, a signal. You're coming in. The smoke drifts in. The guard bees smell it, alert the hive. The bees respond, fill themselves with honey, prepare for possible evacuation. But there's no fire, just you, just checking, just harvesting, just grateful. You wait a moment. Give the smoke time to work, time to spread through the hive, time to calm the colony. Then you use your hive tool, a flat metal tool, for prying, for scraping, for lifting. The boxes are sealed with propolis, bee glue, sticky resin the bees collect from tree buds. They seal every gap with it. Keep the hive tight. Keep drafts out. Keep predators out. Keep everything secure. You slide the hive tool into the gap between boxes. Gentle pressure. The propolis breaks. The seal releases. You lift the top box slightly. Give another puff of smoke underneath. Let it drift up through the frames, through the comb, through the bees working there. You lift the top box off completely. Set it aside on the stand you brought. The inner cover is visible now. Wooden, flat, with a hole in the center. More propolis sealing the edges. You pry this up too. Set it aside. And there they are. The bees, the frames, the comb, the treasure. 10 frames sit side by side, wooden frames, each one about 19 inches tall, 14 inches wide, standard Langstroth size, the size beekeepers have used for over 100 years, the size that works, the size the bees accept, the size that makes sense. Each frame is filled with honeycomb, built by the bees, cell by cell, wax walls, hexagonal perfection, each cell 6-sided, each wall shared with the next cell. Perfect efficiency, perfect economy, no wasted space, no wasted wax. The bees are masters of engineering, of architecture, of mathematics made physical. Thousands of cells on each frame, maybe 3,000 cells per side, 6,000 cells per frame, 60,000 cells in this box, each one holding something, honey, or pollen, or brood, or empty, waiting to be filled. Each cell purposeful, each cell serving, each cell part of the whole. The bees are everywhere, covering the frames, walking on the comb, a living blanket, thousands of bodies, moving, working, tending, always working. Even now, even with you here, even with the smoke. They tend larvae, they cap cells, they store nectar, they build wax, they communicate, they dance, they tell each other where the flowers are, they share information, they work as one. The hive never stops, never rests, never pauses, always in motion, always purposeful, always serving the whole. You give another gentle puff of smoke over the frames, just a small puff, just a reminder, just a calming presence. The bees respond. They move, shift. Many walk down between the frames, down into the comb, leave the surface clearer, easier to inspect, easier to see, easier to work. They're not leaving, just making room, just acknowledging your presence, just cooperating. You use your hive tool to gently separate the frames. They're stuck together with propolis, bee glue, sticky, strong. The bees seal everything. They don't like gaps, don't like spaces. They fill every crack, every crevice, every opening with propolis, dark red-brown, sticky as tar, antiseptic, medicinal. The bees use it to keep the hive clean, sterile, protected. They know what they're doing. They always have. You lift a frame from the edge, the outside frame, carefully, gently, holding it over the hive, in case any bees fall. They fall back home, back where they belong, safe, protected. The frame is heavy, very heavy, full of honey. You can feel the weight, maybe 8 pounds, maybe 10, heavy with the work of the hive, heavy with summer stored, heavy with flowers transformed, heavy with purpose completed. The frame is capped, almost completely capped. The bees have filled the cells, filled them to the top, then capped them with fresh wax, sealed them, protected them, preserved them. The cappings are creamy white, pale, new wax, fresh wax, made by young bees from their wax glands, 8 tiny glands on their abdomens, secreting wax scales, tiny wax scales. The bees chew these, shape them, build with them, cell by cell, capping by capping, creating the comb, creating the storage, creating the future. You hold the frame up to the light, the evening sun behind you, low sun, golden sun. The light shines through the frame. The comb becomes translucent, glowing, like stained glass, like amber, like captured sunlight. You can see through it, can see the honey inside the cells, dark gold, rich amber. The color tells you what flowers the bees visited. Dark honey means wildflowers, aster, goldenrod, maybe buckwheat. Light honey means clover, alfalfa, apple blossoms. This honey is dark, rich, full-bodied, strong-flavored. The late summer flowers, the end of the season, the final gathering. Each cell is perfect, uniform, the same size, the same shape, hexagonal, 6 sides. The most efficient shape, uses the least wax, stores the most honey, provides the most strength. The bees know this, have always known this, for millions of years. Since before humans, since before civilization, the bees were building perfect hexagons, perfect cells, perfect comb. This frame represents hundreds of hours of work, thousands of bee hours, tens of thousands. Each cell was visited by forager bees, bringing nectar, tiny drops of nectar, carried in their honey stomachs, a fraction of a teaspoon per trip. Each bee making 50 trips, 100 trips, in her short life. Each trip to flowers, each flower offering a tiny amount. Takes hundreds of flowers to fill a bee, takes thousands of bee trips to fill a cell, takes tens of thousands to fill a frame. The math is staggering, the effort immense, the dedication absolute. Then house bees took over, young bees, interior bees. They evaporated the nectar, fanned it with their wings beating, creating airflow, creating evaporation, turning thin nectar into thick honey, reducing the water content from 80% water to 18%, concentrated, preserved, protected from fermentation, protected from spoilage, made stable, made eternal. Honey doesn't spoil, ever. Honey from Egyptian tombs, 3,000 years old, still good, still edible, still perfect, because the bees got it right, got the water content right, got everything right. Then capping bees sealed each cell after the honey was ready, after it was concentrated enough. They built a wax cap, cell by cell, sealing the treasure, protecting it, marking it complete. This frame is almost entirely capped, means it's ready, means it's finished, means the bees are done with it, means you can take it, can harvest it, can use it. The agreement, the partnership. They make surplus. You take some, they keep enough. Balance. Always balance. You brush the remaining bees off gently. A soft brush, goose feather, or horsehair. Gentle. Kind. The bees don't like being brushed, but they tolerate it. They understand somehow. This is part of the agreement. They walk off the frame, onto your glove, onto other frames. Some fly, circle, land back on the hive. They're not aggressive, not defensive. The smoke has calmed them. Your calm has calmed them. Your respect has earned their tolerance. You're not an enemy. You're the keeper. the partner, the one who protects them from mites, from beetles, from mice, from winter without stores. They tolerate your harvest. This is the deal. This is the ancient agreement. You place this frame in the carrying box you brought. One frame, heavy with honey, heavy with wax, heavy with the work of the hive. You inspect another frame, this one also capped, also ready, also full. You take this one too. You work slowly through the hive, frame by frame, examining each one, taking only the fully capped frames, leaving frames with brood, leaving frames with pollen, leaving frames the bees still need, taking only the surplus, only the excess, only what can be spared. 4 frames from this hive. That's enough. That's respectful. That leaves plenty for the bees, for their winter stores, for their survival. You never take too much, never risk the hive, never compromise their health. You're their keeper, their guardian, their partner, not their exploiter. You replace the frames you took with empty frames, clean wooden frames with foundation, thin sheets of beeswax impressed with the hexagonal pattern. The bees will draw this out, build it into comb, fill it again. The cycle continues. The work never ends. You close this hive carefully. Inner cover back on, outer cover back on, sealed again, protected again. The bees can resume their work, can settle, can rest, can continue their purpose. You move to the next hive. Same process. Smoke, open, inspect, harvest. 4 frames, maybe 5 if they're strong, if they have surplus, if they can spare it. Hive by hive, frame by frame, working calmly, working gently, working with respect. The bees tolerate your presence, accept your purpose, continue their work around you. The partnership honored, the agreement kept. 15 frames total, from 4 hives, heavy with honey, heavy with gold and wax cappings, heavy with summer stored. This is the harvest. This is the treasure. This is what you came for. You carried the frames to the processing shed, carefully, 1 box at a time. The bees that came with the frames fly back to their hives, find their way home, know where they belong. You're alone now, just you and the honeycomb, just you and the harvest, just you and the work ahead. Inside the shed, you begin the uncapping. This is the first step, the necessary step. The wax cappings must be removed, the cells must be opened, the honey must be exposed, so it can be extracted, so it can flow, so it can be harvested, so it can fulfill its purpose. You take the first frame, heavy in your hands, 8 pounds, maybe more. You place it over a large pan, a special uncapping pan, with a screen in the bottom. This will catch the cappings, the wax, the precious wax that will become candles, that will create light, that will complete the cycle. Bees to wax, to candles to light, the circle, the connection, the purpose. The same wax you used in the candle workshop, the same wax you dipped and dipped, building tapers layer by layer. That wax came from bees, from hives, from cappings just like these. Everything connected, everything cycling, everything serving everything else. You take your heated uncapping knife, a special tool, a beekeeper's essential. The blade is warm, heated electrically, or by hot water, just warm enough, not hot, not burning, just warm enough to melt through the thin wax cappings, to slice them cleanly. to open the cells without crushing them, without destroying the comb underneath, so it can be used again, so the bees can refill it next year, so the cycle can continue, so nothing is wasted, so everything serves, so sustainability is built in, as it always has been, as it must be. The blade is sharp, must be sharp, for clean cuts, for smooth slices, for perfect uncapping. You keep it sharp, hone it, care for it, like all your tools. Respect for tools, respect for process, respect for craft. You place the knife at the top of the frame, the very top, where the cappings begin. You press gently, just enough. Feel the resistance. The wax gives way, melts slightly from the warm blade. You drag down. Smooth motion, steady motion, even pressure. The blade slices through the cappings. Clean, easy, satisfying. The cappings curl away, peel off, fall, drop into the pan below. Small pieces, thin pieces. Wax still holding drops of honey, glistening. Pale gold, cream-colored. New wax, fresh wax, this year's wax, made this summer, by bees born this spring, everything new, everything fresh, everything part of the cycle. The cells are open now, row after row, hundreds of cells, all open, exposed, the honey inside visible, right there, in the cells, glistening, catching the light, golden, thick, viscous, beautiful. You can smell it, sweet, floral, complex, different flowers, different days, different weather, all mixed together, unified in the honey, blended by the hive, into one taste, one smell, one perfection. You do the other side now. Flip the frame, same motion, top to bottom, smooth, steady, even. Place the knife, press gently, drag down. The cappings fall, the wax accumulates, the pan fills slowly, piece by piece, frame by frame. The treasure builds, frame after frame. You work. The motion becomes natural, automatic, meditative. Your hands know what to do. Your body knows the rhythm. Place knife, press, drag, flip, place knife, press, drag, done. Next frame. Place knife, press, drag. The repetition, the rhythm, the meditation. Like dipping candles, like throwing the shuttle, like beating the beater, like all craft work. Repetitive, rhythmic, calming. The mind quiets, the body works, the purpose unfolds. Your movements are gentle, deliberate, careful, respectful. This honeycomb represents so much work, so much effort, so many bee hours, so many flower visits, so many trips, so many wing beats. The math is impossible, uncountable, but vast, enormous, staggering. Each frame the culmination of thousands upon thousands of small efforts, small acts, small contributions, all adding up, all building, all creating something larger, something permanent, something that sustains. This is what the hive teaches, what the bees show us. Small, consistent effort, repeated endlessly, creates something vast, something impossible, something miraculous. You honor this, you feel this, you understand this, as you uncap frame by frame, as you open cell by cell, as you reveal the honey, as you prepare the harvest. You're part of this, part of the cycle, part of the miracle, part of the ancient agreement between humans and bees, between keepers and hives, between those who make and those who take, both serving, both needing, both respecting. Balance, always balance. The pan fills with cappings, more and more, pale wax, cream-colored, glistening with honey, smelling incredible, the concentrated essence of summer, of flowers visited, of nectar gathered, of work completed, sweet, floral, complex, overwhelming in its beauty, in its richness, in its gift. The smell fills the shed, thick, heavy, intoxicating. Honey and wax, the signature scent of the beehive. The smell that means abundance, that means harvest, that means success, that means the year was good. The bees thrived, the flowers bloomed, the rain came, the sun shone. Everything worked, everything aligned, everything cooperated to create this harvest, this honey, this wax, this treasure. All 15 frames uncapped now, both sides, all cells open, all honey exposed, ready for extraction, ready to flow, ready to be released from the comb, ready to complete its journey from flower to jar, from nectar to sweetness, from potential to actual. The cappings pan is half full, maybe more. Pounds of wax, pure wax, clean wax, new wax, this year's wax, made by young bees, from wax glands, secreted, chewed, shaped, built, into cappings, into seals, into protection, and now released, now available, now ready for its next purpose, its next transformation, its next service. Wax to candles, cappings to light. The bees' work continuing, even after harvest, even in new forms, even in human hands. The partnership, the agreement, the ancient cycle. You place them in the extractor, the big stainless steel drum, 4 frames at a time. That's the capacity. 4 frames fit in the basket. The basket is a cage, wire mesh, holds the frames upright, spaced evenly, arranged around the center, balanced. This is important, very important, for spinning, for the process. Unbalanced spinning is rough, violent, can damage the frames, can damage the extractor. So you arrange them carefully, evenly. 2 frames on one side, 2 on the opposite side, weight distributed, balance achieved, perfect. You close the lid, heavy metal lid, locks in place, safety, containment, protection. You take the crank handle, wooden handle, smooth with use, worn by hands, by years, by many harvests, by many turnings. You grasp it. Prepare. You begin to turn, slowly at first, very slowly, gently, building speed gradually. No rushing. Can't rush. The frames need time to respond, to adjust, to spin smoothly. You turn. The handle resists slightly, the weight of the frames, the inertia, but you keep turning. Steady, even. The basket inside begins to spin. The frames spin with it, slowly at first, then faster, faster. Still smooth, still controlled, still managed, still respectful. The centrifugal force begins its work, physics taking over. The spinning creates force, outward force. The honey feels this force. Heavy honey, dense honey. It responds to the force, begins to move, begins to release from the cells, cell by cell, drop by drop. The honey leaves the comb, flies outward, thrown by the spin, thrown by the force, hits the walls of the drum, splats against the metal, runs down, flows down, pools at the bottom, the extraction, the release, the honey finding freedom. You spin faster now, the handle easier to turn, the momentum helping, the flywheel effect, each turn easier than the last. You can hear the honey hitting the walls, a soft splattering sound, gentle, rhythmic, like rain, like small drops falling, liquid gold finding its way out, finding freedom, finding flow. The sound is satisfying, confirms the process, tells you it's working, tells you the honey is releasing, is flowing, is coming home to you. You spin for a minute, maybe 2 minutes, building more speed as you go. The handle turns easily now, smoothly, the mechanism well made, well maintained, well oiled, smooth bearings, good design. The extractor is old, maybe 50 years old, maybe more, but it works perfectly, still works perfectly, will work for 50 more years. This is how tools should be. built to last, built to serve, built to continue, generation after generation, harvest after harvest, keeper after keeper. The tools persist, the process continues, the knowledge passes down. You can hear the honey hitting the walls, more now, faster, a steady rain, a honey rain, inside the drum, creating a pool, a golden pool, at the bottom, getting deeper, growing, accumulating, the harvest becoming real, becoming tangible, becoming yours. You slow down gradually, ease off the speed, let the basket coast, slow naturally, come to rest, gentle, controlled. You open the lid, look inside. The frames have released honey from the outside cells, but the inside cells, the cells facing the center, these still hold honey, still full, still sealed by centrifugal force against the comb. You need to turn the frames around, reverse them, so the inside faces out, so those cells can be emptied too, so all the honey can be extracted, so nothing is wasted, so everything is harvested, so completeness is achieved. You lift the frames out, one by one, careful, still heavy, still have honey, but lighter now, noticeably lighter. The outside is empty, cells open, cells dry, cells ready to be refilled. Next year, next season, next cycle. You turn each frame, inside now facing out, arrange them again, balance them, 2 and 2, opposite, even, perfect. Close the lid, grasp the handle, begin again. Same process, same motion, same gradual building of speed, same smooth turning, same centrifugal force. But now the inside cells release, the other side empties. More honey flies to the walls, more liquid gold flows down. The pool deepens, grows, the bucket at the bottom, getting fuller, getting heavier. The harvest becoming substantial, becoming real, becoming impressive. 2 minutes of spinning, maybe 3, until you know the frames are empty, completely empty, both sides extracted, all honey released, all cells dry, all treasure harvested. This batch is done, complete, finished. You remove these frames, place them aside. They're light now, maybe 2 pounds each, mostly just frame and comb. The honey gone, the weight gone, empty, but not useless, not done. These will go back to the hives. The bees will clean them, lick them, remove every last molecule of honey. Then they'll refill them. Next year, next flow, next surplus. The cycle continuing, the comb serving again. Nothing wasted, everything reused. As it should be, as it must be. You place the next 4 frames, load them, balance them, close, spin, reverse, spin, unload. The rhythm established, the pattern set, load, spin, reverse, spin, unload, load again, meditative, mechanical, purposeful, satisfying. Your body knows the rhythm, your hands know the motions. Your mind quiets, empties. There's only the work, only the turning, only the honey flowing, only the harvest coming in. 4 frames, then 4 more, then 4 more, then the final 3. All the frames spun now, all the honey extracted, all the cells emptied, all the work complete. The drum is perhaps a third full, maybe a bit more. Golden honey, gallons of honey, clear and thick, amber and beautiful, catching the light from the window. The evening sun, low sun, golden sun, making the honey glow, making it shine, making it look like liquid gold, like amber becoming liquid, like sunshine made tangible, made real, made harvestable. At the bottom, a spigot. You place a clean bucket underneath. Open the spigot. The honey flows out. Slow, thick, viscous. It pours like liquid gold, like amber becoming liquid, like sunshine made tangible. The stream is steady, lazy, taking its time. Honey doesn't rush. Honey flows at its own pace, its own speed, governed by its own nature. You watch it flow, the golden stream, the late evening light coming through the window catches it, makes it glow, makes it shine, makes it look like captured light, like the sun being poured into a bucket. Beautiful, simple, perfect. The bucket fills, gallon after gallon, the harvest of summer, the work of the bees, the gift of the flowers, all becoming yours, all to steward, all to respect, all to use wisely, to share, to honor the bees who made it, to honor the flowers that gave their nectar, to honor the sun that powered it all. When the honey stops flowing, you close the spigot. The bucket is heavy, full, golden. This will be bottled, shared, given, eaten, enjoyed, appreciated, every drop honored, every drop valued, as it should be. But the wax cappings, these need attention too. These are precious. These will become candles. You take the pan full of wax cappings. They're sticky with honey, covered in it, dripping with it. You need to separate the honey from the wax, clean them, prepare them. You fill a large pot with warm water, place the cappings in. The wax floats, the honey dissolves, washes away, disperses into the water. The wax rises, clean, cream-colored, pure. You scoop the wax out, place it in a strainer, let it drain, press it gently, release more honey water. The wax clumps together, soft, pliable, waiting to be melted, to be purified, to be transformed. Now you melt it. A double boiler, water in the bottom pot, wax in the top, gentle heat, indirect, safe. The wax should never be over direct flame. Too dangerous, too risky. But water bath is safe, controlled, perfect. The wax melts slowly, gradually, turning from solid to liquid, from cream to gold, translucent, glowing, the same color as the honey, the same golden warmth, because it's made by the same bees, from the same flowers, same source, same purpose, different form. You strain the melted wax through cheesecloth. Remove any debris, any bee parts, any bits that don't belong. The clean wax flows through, golden, pure, perfect. You pour it into molds, rectangular molds, block shapes. The wax cools, hardens, becomes solid again, pale gold, smooth, hard, ready to be used, ready to become candles, ready to complete the journey, bees, to wax, to candles, to light. These blocks will go to the candle workshop, will be melted again, will become tapers, will be dipped, will grow layer by layer, will become the candles that light homes, that bring warmth, that create atmosphere, that complete the cycle, the circle, the purpose. The evening work is done. The hives have been tended. The harvest has been brought in. The honey extracted. The wax cleaned and molded. Everything processed. Everything prepared. Everything honored. You clean up. Wash the tools. Wipe the counters. Leave everything ready for next time. For the next harvest. For the continuing cycle. You're tired now, good tired. The tired of work completed, of harvest brought in, of purpose served, of partnership honored. You step outside. The evening has deepened. The sun has set. The sky is purple, dark purple, deep and rich. Stars are appearing, bright points, constant, eternal. At the hives, the bees have settled. The entrance quiet now. Just a few guards on duty. The rest inside, clustered, warm, resting, Tomorrow they'll fly again, work again, build again, store again. The cycle never ends. The work continues, always, forever. You walk back to your house slowly, through the garden, past the flowers, the same flowers the bees worked today. Will work again tomorrow. The partnership, the agreement, the ancient contract between humans and bees, between flowers and pollinators, between all living things that depend on each other, that serve each other, that need each other. When you reach your door, you're ready for rest, truly ready. Your body used, your hands sticky with honey, your mind quiet from the purposeful work, from the gentle rhythm, from the respect and care and harvest. You wash, the honey rinses away, but the smell remains on your skin, in your hair, sweet, floral, summer stored, the scent of the hive, of the bees, of the work. It will stay with you through the night, through your dreams, a reminder, a connection, a gift. You slip into bed, cool sheets, soft blanket, the weight settling, comfort, safety, home. You can still smell the honey, the wax, faint now, but present, the sweetness, the warmth, the golden gift of the bees. Your breathing is slow, deep, steady, like the work was steady, like the process was sure, like the bee's purpose is constant. In, out, calm, peaceful, complete. Your body is heavy, tired, used well, the good tired of work, of harvest, of partnership honored, of purpose served. Your mind is quiet, calm, settled by the rhythm of the work, by the gentle motions, by the respect for the bees, by the gratitude for their gift, by the understanding of the cycle, bees to flowers, to nectar, to honey, to wax, to candles, to light. Everything connected, everything purposeful, everything part of the whole. Tomorrow there will be more work, more bees to tend, more harvest to bring in, more wax to process. The cycle continues. The work never ends. The partnership goes on. But for now, sleep. The honey is extracted. The wax is cleaned. The blocks are molded. The candles will be made. The light will shine. Sleep comes like honey flows, slowly, gently, naturally, from the comb to the bucket, from waking to sleeping. The transition smooth, the change inevitable, the rest deserved. You are the beekeeper, and tonight you have honored the bees, harvested their gift, prepared their wax for transformation into light. The circle is complete, the purpose served, the work is done. Sleep well, sleep deeply, sleep peacefully. The bees rest in their hive, you rest in your bed, both part of the same cycle, both part of the same purpose, both serving, both being served. Good night. The hive is quiet, the harvest is in, the wax waits to become candles, and you sleep, grateful for bees, for honey, for wax, for light. Sweet dreams.